Hey, namaste. I'm Kay. This is Ecstatic Self. Today I want to talk about the topic of what is a yogi. Because I hear a lot of people call themselves a yogi, and it really could mean a ton of different things. Does yogi mean I do physical postures? Does yogi mean that I'm a spiritual explorer? Does yogi mean that I follow the 8 limbs of yoga and the Yoga Sutras? Does it mean I'm a tantric practitioner? Does it mean I meditate every day? Like, I don't know. It could mean a whole different host of things. The most common definition I see when people call themselves a yogi is that they do asana. They do some sort of physical practice, and there's lots of different asana traditions, whether they practice vinyasa yoga or hatha yoga or ashtanga yoga or bikram yoga or core power yoga or rocket yoga, whatever you want to call it. They practice postures. And that's cool, but asana is one of the smallest parts of the yogic tradition. I practice asana pretty much every single day and have for about 15 years. But I don't call myself a yogi because I put my foot behind my head. I call myself a yogi because I am on the spiritual path of yoga. And that's what a yogi really means, or yogin or yogini. Yogin usually is traditionally male, yogini is traditionally female. Is saying that I am on a path of yoking, that's what the word yoga means, yoking or union, yoking my consciousness to a cosmic self. That's what being a yogi means. I'm doing whatever I can in my power to become one with creation, to become fully realized, enlightened, achieve Buddhahood, whatever you want to call it, reach nirvana, dwell in the oneness, achieve godhood, whatever you want to call it, that I am trying to become one or yoked with cosmic awareness. And that's what being a yogi means. So just because you do the splits and can hold a handstand does not necessarily, in my opinion, make you a real yogi. And I get there will be pushback about that because yes, there are people who travel around the world teaching asana, teaching physical practices, who have amazing bodies and do all these crazy things and call themselves yogis. That's a little bit, in my opinion, like somebody who knows how to turn on your car saying that they are a mechanic. All right, like, oh yeah, I know about cars, I can turn your car on. Okay, but can you get under the hood and can you like repair shit and like fix my muffler and change my oil and do all that other stuff? Can you rebuild my car if it's in a car crash? Because saying that you can do the splits and calling yourself a full yogi is, in my opinion, a little bit the same. Now, I'm going to totally contradict myself here, and I'm going to say that there's no bad version of yoga, right? Like if you are on the path in even a small capacity, you know, it's probably bringing more joy, more openness, more love, more light in your life. You're probably being a kinder person. You're probably working your journey. And there's no one right journey. There's no one right path. There's no one right timeline. So, you know what? Maybe this lifetime, all you're supposed to do is do Baddha Konasana and do lotus pose and do Ashtavakrasana. Cool. But there's more. There's a whole heck of a lot more. And so if you think yoga is just about postures, and if you think tantric yoga is just about sex, then you are missing 99% of what's available. So for those of you who are searching for yoga teachers and searching for yogis to follow online and on Instagram and Twitter and YouTube and whatever, Snapchat, TikTok, ask, what kind of yoga do you practice? And don't be satisfied with just saying, well, I practice Ashtanga yoga, because they've turned Ashtanga yoga into a brand name. Really, Ashtanga yoga means I practice all full 8 limbs of yoga, which I'll talk about in a subsequent video. No, if you say, oh, I just do the tradition of Ashtanga yoga, which means the set sequence of poses every morning in a warm room, and I just follow that sequence and I don't do anything else, I'm just gonna say there's more out there. I'm sorry if I offend you. That is not my intent. Well, maybe it is my intent, right? Because I'm kind of trying to shake you and wake you up a little bit and say, there's more. Why are you satisfied with so little? And just because somebody has a beautiful Instagram body does not necessarily mean that they are encapsulating the truth and the depth of everything that the mystical, transformative arts of yoga can offer. So feel free to yell at me and tell me that I'm being insensitive and that this is bullshit. I'm cool with that. I'm not going to disagree with you. It probably is selfish and bullshit and insensitive. But yeah, feel free to comment below. Sorry if I ruined your flow. I'm Kay, this is Ecstatic Self. Namaste, bitches.